Okay. Well, shall we begin?
Yeah, do it.
Hello and welcome once more to the Neon City Daily Podcast. I'm Jamie.
I'm Nick.
I'm Josh.
And I'm likely Dave.
And
No. Sorry. You can't change it halfway through.
Well, I say all sorts of random shit.
But you say still, Dave. That's your thing.
I'm more worried about halfway through. You're optimistic as fuck here, Josh.
We're nearly done.
How quick is this podcast?
We're getting taken off air.
are you talking that we're halfway done with the podcast, or
Yeah,
we're
that's
halfway
right.
done with the podcast?
Yeah, could be, yeah.
Well, I'm sure we've got a lot to talk about. How is everybody? Nick, how you doing, man?
I'm great.
Cool. Josh,
Fantastic.
how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Neat.
It's
Dave,
the first time I've drunk in years.
how much have you had to drink?
This is my first. I'm just saying my tolerances may have changed.
So you're saying you have like 3 sips, and then you're just going to collapse.
He's just done.
And we've got
Yeah,
video
he's
footage of it this time. So.
Woody or footy.
Woody or footage? He's
Oh, wow. Did I already say a word?
losing words.
George first?
Already losing syllables.
Yeah. But I'm good. My back's fine now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is it because of the drink?
probably. That's why I've decided to start drinking again.
How's the liver going, though?
Hey?
How's the
Yeah,
liver
the liver.
going?
Was it the liver that was the problem?
Yeah, you had fatty liver disease.
Yeah, it's fine.
No. Incorrect.
I've lost 8 kilos, so
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Very
Kill
good.
it fast. It doesn't hurt as much. So
exactly. You've got 2 of them. Oh wait, no,
You
that's
do not have
kidneys.
2 of them.
That's
Yeah.
kidneys. You're just walking around with someone's liver.
Don't worry, guys. I've got 2.
I've got
I
to
can
spare.
have 2 of them.
I
It's
think
amazing what you can buy with Bitcoins.
Have you bought anything with your Bitcoin?
No, not yet. No.
One
No.
day.
I know that the dollar value is going to skyrocket soon.
How much is a Bitcoin currently worth?
Well, it's only 1860, which is only slightly up from last week.
Right.
Yeah, last week.
Man, I must have missed something. Like when I had, it
guess,
was like
yeah.
just over $1.05.
No. It
Wow.
was 10.10, wasn't it?
No, it was $1.05.
I don't know. The bank, it's a very erratic market.
It sure is.
It's all to do with that Suez Canal business.
Like, if
Yeah.
I didn't know any better, I'd swear that people were just making this shit up.
yeah,
All coins are made up.
yeah, true.
How are you, Dave?
I'm not bad.
Cool.
Or still Dave.
Still,
Still
Dave.
Dave. Yeah.
How's your liver?
Probably
I think
fine.
it's okay.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I haven't actually.
Should we all do a liver check?
I was waiting for better than yours. To be honest.
I mean, I hope so. But I don't know.
For context, I got my back was screwed up, which I think we mentioned.
I think
Yeah,
we did.
You slipped the disc.
But the radiographer just saw that my liver wasn't great during the scan, and the doctor diagnosed it with like, oh, you got a bit of love around it. You just need to
a bit of love
work
around
it off. Yeah,
That's a gentle way to saying you are
that is
fucked if
verbatim
you
too.
don't deal
That's
with
how they
this.
said it.
Wow.
It's like saying, "Oh, you've got cancer. It's just a bit of extra love
You got-
growing
yeah,
in your body."
Yeah.
Those cancer cells are showing you a lot of love.
Yeah,
Better get that dealt with.
but I'm fine.
Well, that's good.
Winning.
Yeah.
So, who's been playing video games?
Ooh.
All right, that's a bad sign. Nick, what about you?
No, I finished Control.
Yeah,
I've gone and
finished it.
done like their.
I'm not surprised.
I went
How
and-
often I've seen you logged into
Oh,
that game
yeah.
while you were off work.
because it's so good. But yeah, I went and did like even the quest the side quest that I was like, yeah, that one, but like I went and did it and it was really good. So just do it.
I need to get it. I think it's on Game Pass. for
Yeah,
PC.
yeah. Controls on Game Pass. So I did. I think I think I mentioned last week that I ended up just buying the game and the expansions because that was only like $70 for all of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, then I went through both like expansions, and they are really good expansions. Like they are really big, good story continuous expansions.
As expansions should
Yeah,
be.
yeah. Like they were like just genuine expansions.
How did those expansions, like if you compare them to say the expansion that we got from Monster Hunter, how would you rate it?
Right. Yeah, I mean, right up there because both of them are yet again like both expansions are both their own. Like I think maybe 6 to 8 hour story arcs.
Oh, Iceborne was way more than
Like
that.
no, I know, but like just in
Okay,
general,
both of
like
those
it's-
expansions. Okay, I see.
Yeah, like what? Yeah, like one expansion was that like 6 8 hour.
Okay,
and then,
all right,
And then like
yeah.
because too they they used the second expansion to really help fill out, I guess, this universe that I don't feel like they've really spent a lot of time building. But like Control has a lot of info stuff, mystery stuff in it. But like, yeah, you really kind of like the second expansion was entirely focused around the Bright Falls Altered World event for Alan Wake,
Right.
and they alluded to that at the end of that. And I don't mind saying this isn't really a spoiler or anything, but like during that, they kind of allude to the fact that like the Alan Wake event is a continuing, ongoing, and there will be more of it.
One day.
And I was like, oh man, I kind of hope.
Is it subtle or heavy-handed as in you need to play Alan Wake to
Oh, you
understand
don't need to play Alan Wake.
Okay,
Yeah. No, it's honestly, I feel like if I didn't play Alan Wake, I'd probably be more like, whoa, about it, because it like a lot of stuff was like tight, like it'd bring some stuff back. And me knowing about it, I was like, oh, that's the thing. But like if I was just reading stuff, it's like there's a lot of stuff there that there could be entire games about before that there just aren't.
Yeah, right.
Like, and so I feel like if I hadn't played Alan Wake, it'd be more like another one of them.
Yeah.
And that was really good and kept me going anyway. So, but no, Control kept me going like the whole time. Like I just hammered it.
Nice.
Played it through. I did also buy, I bought a game last night called, was it Werewolf
Oh, you did buy
Apocalypse? Werewolf, the Apocalypse, Earthblood. And
Good title.
Well, I was really excited about it last year, and then I didn't hear anything, and apparently it came out in February,
Right.
like February 6th or something like that.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
And it's in the World of Darkness universe, so like the same one that all the Vampire the Masquerade stuff's in. And it used to be a pen and paper game.
Yep.
And that was really fun. And I really like the lore that these guys build around like all the mythic creatures and stuff that are.
All their effort went
In
into
that
the game and not
universe.
the title.
Yeah.
Just add another word.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that this morning. It's an interesting game in that like you play as a dude who like when you are the dude, you're either in like a hub or or like basically a stealth puzzle where you're infiltrating, like you kind of get set up that you're infiltrating like a base or a military thing, and each kind of room or area is almost set up in a way that you're just like, well, okay, I've got to take out that guy, get to there. And it's like a bit of a puzzle to work out how you take these rooms, which I think is
it first
nice.
person?
No, third. And then you can, to add to that, you can it's werewolf, so he can turn into a wolf that is faster and like smaller than a walking dude and can get into like vents and stuff like that. And that like adds another kind of thing to it where you can swap to and from that at will. But then if everything goes pear-shaped, you turn into like his big daddy ape werewolf form, and it turns into like a super cool beat-em-up action thing. And so I'm actually really liking how it's just very blatant with what it's doing. You're either in this like stealth puzzle that you have to actually think and work out, or you're like, okay, it's go time, like big hitty smash go time. It's got a little bit of jank to it. I'm not going to lie. It's got a little bit of jank to it. So it's a little bit like not super polished.
Yeah.
But I've also only played like the first couple levels. So
What game
how it
is super polished at release anymore?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Go on, think of one.
Well, you know,
The thing
the thing is,
It depends on what level of polish you're thinking about here.
it hasn't released yet, but I
that
feel
doesn't count.
But
Star
the Outriders demo is very
Oh,
good.
yeah, that's-
I've
yeah.
heard good things.
That is the other thing I played. I
Yeah.
forgot about it.
Still shits me that it's only 3-player.
Yeah,
That shouldn't be a new normal.
That is a pain in the dick.
Yeah.
However, it's good to have a game that is working out of the gate, and I'm not running into like bugs or bullshit or anything.
Yeah.
And it's just the demo.
We haven't had any
I
problems.
just feel like that's always now going to be just a go at Cyberpunk.
Now you see, I wasn't even thinking about Cyberpunk. I was thinking of just generally all these releases. Like, let's say you look at the online that came out for Red Dead, which is another game I'm playing, so it's very much in my field of view at the moment. And we've run into so many issues with that game playing it online when it first came out. Like, just shit didn't work. Things were broken. Took forever to get addressed. Animals weren't spawning. So, like, 1/3 of the gameplay
It's very
was gone.
Rockstar.
It was very rocky.
Yeah.
And, like, now that I'm playing it again and things seem to be okay, but it took them like a year.
Oh, yeah, it took ages.
Yeah.
Well, it took them adding like those jobs and all that kind of stuff, and like incrementally making like big patches to fix a lot of.
Do you think there's a correlation between the birth or the mainstream pickup of internet, and so disc games dying and hard deadlines dying and the quality of games dropping at launch? There has to be a correlation, surely.
I think that the real correlation is the amount of budget that a game has to it, the way that the game industry has swollen into this very bureaucratic, like multi-billion-dollar industry. Whereas you look at, say, let's take Doom for instance.
Yeah,
a very lean team of highly talented young men just getting together and making a fun game. They didn't have to go up the chain to go like, should we do this? Should we do that? They just kind of like had ideas and implemented them quickly. Whereas now it's, I've heard people talking about working on the Grand Theft Auto series, just to bring it back to Rockstar as an example, saying that there is just a guy whose entire job is modeling and texturing hubcaps on cars.
Yeah.
The beast is humongous. And it takes a very, very polished and well-implemented system to effectively and quickly create new assets, new gameplay, things like that. Whereas back, 15, 20 years ago, games it was just a very small team who were always communicating and there were less hoops to jump through.
So do you think then that most developers haven't mastered the new system? It's grown too quickly?
I think...
Because you've got all these resources and arguably all this money now, and yet
I think that the problem
games are releasing with more bugs than 10, 15 years ago.
I would say that the real issue is that the game design has changed and morphed. And that's okay. But the deadlines have not changed. We are always expecting games to come out, in like maybe maximum 5 years, minimum 2.
And I feel like the internet has had an impact on that because
absolutely.
Devs, publishers go to E3, they want to talk something up. Like we saw with CD Projekt Red, investors were arguably the reason that they just got sick of waiting for the return, so they said launch now.
That is also something that, because I tried to play Valhalla this week, actually, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh, yeah.
That literally just had a big to-do about this exact thing.
Yeah.
Because they released what they call their Ostara events, like a big Easter event for the game. And that's all well and good, but like when they did the Yule event, there was a broken quest in it. You couldn't finish it.
Yeah,
like when you went to finish it, the quest marker like went off to the other side of the map. You couldn't even get there. Like it was a mess. But you could kind of do everything else. But then with this stuff that they've brought out, like this event that they had timed, obviously around Easter because that's what it's themed for, they've had to take out this whole quest line that was in there. Was where you I think you decorate your settlement.
Yeah.
And I was actually I jumped in, I went, oh, hey, there's an event. I'll go and do it. It'll be like the last one. I'll go do some fisty fights. It'll be fun. I'll get the character to drink a lot. I'll get all the cosmetics. It'll be great.
Yeah.
I go, all right, I've got to decorate the settlement. Why can't I decorate the settlement? Later that day, I see a thing that they put out saying, we had to change things already because everything was broken. We literally had to stop that from being completable.
Are they not investing in QA anymore?
Well, that's it.
It's deadlines. They give themselves...
But I mean, surely, sorry, I'm ignorant to how games are made, obviously. Yeah. But if you, I've worked with software developers before.
Yeah.
And I imagine it's very similar. QA department can at least test the fundamentals of a game.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, I can say at least. Yeah.
That quest sounds like it is a big component to the new release. A QA tester should have, I'd be like, what's the point in QA if your deadline doesn't give them enough time to actually finish the core of what you're releasing?
And it is one of the core 5 event quest things you get with this update.
Because I've always wanted to work in QA. on
Yeah.
games.
Oh, to be honest,
Well,
same.
you shouldn't
Yeah, like-
because
No.
you get treated like
Now I
shit.
don't want to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, like
I've learnt
there
since
are horror stories for QA because like a lot of people go like QA is a great way to get into the industry, which is true. However, it's a shit show. You don't get any kind of you're not treated like a part of the team.
Yeah.
for a lot of places. I'm sure there are some like the odd good companies out there, but for the most part, they're just grunts.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really
You
sad.
keep finding our bugs, damn you. Stop.
How dare
However,
you.
the when you're looking at something like Assassin's Creed, you got to think about like just how big that game world is, how much code is really running under the hood, how many variables are we talking about here? And then they go, all right, make an Easter thing, and they go like, okay, shit, and they get to it, but then they announce it, like marketing or whoever
Yeah.
go like, we got an Easter thing coming out, guys, get hype because they're always trying to make hype, but. The feature isn't in there. There is a hard deadline. They can't get it done in time, and then when they don't deliver it, they go like, "How could you fuck us like this?"
But you know what they've got though? Next month they have an expansion releasing.
Yeah. So this is stupid.
So
That's where QA are.
yeah, I'm just like, is that just where all you guys are, or is that gonna be fucked too? And I mean, I'm excited. I'd like to be excited for it. I would. I really, really like that game.
Yeah.
But if I don't want to buy an expansion
That doesn't work.
and then go, oh, it's fucked.
Just wait a few months after it
Just,
comes out.
just back to Outriders. Is that cross-platform?
Absolute
Yeah,
cross-platform.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, such good crossplay. It's
Yeah,
so
okay.
easy.
Oh, nice.
You literally go into the lobby.
Yeah.
You go, I want to play with friends.
Yeah.
Brings you up a little thing because it shows you who's online and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
you can just hit things. Give me a code.
Yeah, nice.
And if you put in that code, no matter what platforms anyone's
bam.
on, you can just join.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's running the Divinity 2 cross-play system,
Yes.
which honestly revolutionary. Like finally they've gone like
It should
you
have
know
been
what?
revolutionary like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it should have.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it kind of was. Like, I mean, if we're thinking, like, say, 5 years ago, when, dare I speak its name here, Fortnite first released before they had their Battle Royale stuff.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what
that
you're gonna
game
say.
released with crossplay, native
Yeah,
crossplay,
right.
and Sony made them turn it
I was
off.
going to say they
Wow.
turned it off, and then a little bit later they decided to test the waters by trying to add it back in again and adding it for different platforms. But instead of just adding the Xbox and PC, I think it was, they accidentally hit the go button on all of them. And over the weekend, Sony was like, "Oi,
Yeah,
we noticed you did this," and
How
I went,
dare you.
fine.
Sony are very notorious for
they're
not
very weird. Like,
allowing crossplay, aren't they?
well,
Just let me play with my friends.
Sony have
Yeah.
this weird bullshit
I
thing
have
that they go like,
PlayStation.
yeah, you gotta come into our ecosystem. To play
Sony
our
is the
games.
Apple of the video game world.
No, that's Nintendo.
Apple
I think.
do have games.
Nintendo they don't have this. You don't have an expectation of Nintendo to be able to play Mario with someone who's on an
Yeah,
Xbox.
yeah.
Like,
You can play Fortnite with somebody
Yeah.
on the Switch, but like, yeah, I mean, Nintendo was this weird thing where they're playing, like everyone's playing chess, but they're playing checkers.
Yeah.
Like there's still a board, and it's got like check. It's
Still
a
got
checkboard.
white and black squares.
Yeah, but
isn't checkers red and black?
It's white and black now.
white and black now, my man. But
Colorblind, maybe.
But it's
I don't
like
see color.
it's so different.
Racists.
don't even try. But they're so different. They're focused
Yeah.
on such different things, and then they have like a little bit of crossover. It's so weird to watch Nintendo work because they've got the following where they can try stuff and it'll if it's not ratchet, it'll succeed.
Yeah.
Everything succeeds if it's a Nintendo owned property. That's how this works.
What about the Virtual Boy?
You don't bring up the Virtual Boy.
Have you seen this?
Oh, the Game
This whole thing about Mario dying.
Oh yeah, because
There's an internet conspiracy because they're
took off,
taking
like-
off Super Mario World or something.
Super Mario World and Mario Maker or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
There's actually quite a few, I think.
Yeah,
Mario
no,
games being
like
taken.
Mario All
Are
Stars.
they,
Yeah.
are they plumbing new depths?
No, I
So
think
they reckon he died in his
I
sleep or
can't-
something?
Thanks, Dave.
They haven't given a reason as to why they're taking them off. And I
just
think it's
taking them
coming
off
up
the
to
store.
the 25th anniversary. Or
How
something.
old do you think? Like,
No, it's Mario is as old as me, like to the month.
Oh, okay.
Which is a disastrous thing because I get reminded of how old I am every time something happens with him.
But they haven't explained it away very well, or at all.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
And everyone's
this,
like, "Oh,
this
Mario,
year,
they're killing him off."
this year he will be 36.
Yeah, nice.
Is his thing.
You
And
36.
so shut up. I'll turn 36, yeah. But like,
I'm only 34.
it's because you're a bitch. But he,
Mario Brothers came out
I'm
38
a young
years ago.
bitch.
38 years.
no, this is like when it went from to the iteration that he's now, and they first brought out like Mario.
Talking about Super Mario?
Yeah,
I just- I-
whatever.
I-
Like, 'cause
I literally did
Nintendo had a big thing when I was working at Target.
Well, that puts it more in Dave territory.
Yeah. 'Cause I literally just looked up Mario age like to check like what the character's age is.
Oh, the character's
But,
age.
but then
No,
it gave me
yeah.
like the game said 38.
Yeah, no, because Nintendo had a rep come in and do like a whole bunch of like.
You tell Google.
This
You
Google
email
can get
them.
fucked.
Email Google right now.
We're sorry, Google, we didn't mean it.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Suck,
Please,
Google.
please don't.
We're a
make
news organisation, please.
But no, Nintendo rep came in and was like, oh, it's this and it's this month and it's Mario month because they're this old. And I was like, I'm that old. I hate you.
Did you know though that like Mario, the actual Mario character is apparently like in his mid-20s.
It's like The Simpsons.
Wow.
That just never
Yeah,
age.
it just
No,
doesn't-
but like, does that motherfucker look like he's in his mid-20s to
No,
anybody?
no, he doesn't.
He's an obese Italian. I
I
mean,
kind of
Yeah,
assume
but he
that
can
he's in-
backflip.
I'm obese and
See,
can
I
backflip.
also like assume that Italians in media are always like they always look like fucking JoJo characters. They're always like Giorgio Giovanni, and then they hit a point that they're like Asian women, like how they look like they're 18 until they're like 40 something.
Oh, menopause hits.
Yeah,
And then they look
menopause
100.
is- But then with not 100.
No, they just melt.
Wow, they just get a little bit shorter.
I don't know. I'm trying to stay.
But I assume that it's the same with, for some reason in my head, Italian men are the same. They stay looking like they're like fit, strapping young lads until they're like
Until they turn
40.
into Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
And then they get to like their 40s and then they look like Mario.
Yeah, they go from being stallions to glue factory candidates.
That's
Did you
it.
ever see Berlusconi, the Italian Prime Minister?
No.
He'd had a lot of work done. He was like 80, but his face was so tight and orange.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was having the bunga bunga parties, and he was calling phone sex lines to go, so what do you think of my policies? Apparently. That's what his excuse was.
That's,
Well,
that's a
he's
man
trying.
with his finger on the
Yeah,
pulse of
that is-
His
society.
finger was on something, certainly.
He's certainly inside his constituents. Anyway, I've been playing games. I'm excited.
His face was taut, that is
Yeah,
correct.
it was tall.
He
But
wasn't
games,
here
yeah.
then.
I've been playing games.
What have you been playing, Josh?
I've been playing Grim Dawn,
Oh, yeah.
Torchlight, Torchlight 2,
I saw you playing Torchlight.
Diablo 3, and Martyr.
So you've just been doing like the action RPG rounds. Yeah.
So you've been on this big ARPG band and you never invited me to one of them?
I really like ARPGs.
And you never invited me to one of them?
Well, see, I downloaded them all thinking I'm going to find the one, like the definitive one that I own.
That you can
out of all
just
that I
shop,
own.
yeah. That you can just live in. Yeah.
Long story short, I went back to Martyr
Yeah.
and Diablo 3.
Yep.
Right.
Because Diablo 3 is just,
Yeah.
for all its flaws, and it's
Diablo 3 is kind of the standard now. I
like
think.
Torchlight 1, like this is the beauty of the cloud. I thought I'd have to start again, but my cloud saves from years and years ago were there.
Yeah.
So Torchlight 1, I got straight back into wherever I left off.
Great.
And I'm like, when I play games, if I come back to them, and there's even like ARPGs aren't known for their story, but I have to go to the wiki and remind myself like what's happening up to
Yeah.
this point.
That's fair.
Because I hate playing without a purpose or without
Yeah,
knowing
yeah.
what's going on.
Particularly with ARPGs, I find that my purpose is to get strong and beat the boss at the end.
Yeah.
Like, so
Which is fine. Like I'm not as fussy with ARPGs, but like with Diablo, for instance, I just went
You
to
wanna know
YouTube
what's
and watched
happened. Yeah.
oh, like Diablo in 3 minutes or
You
something.
get
Yeah.
disappointed all over again.
Which again, Diablo's basically just beat the bad
Smack the prime
brothers,
around. Yeah.
and then fight Diablo. So
and Tyrael becomes crap and Cain gets
he
killed.
becomes
like,
immortal
yeah,
and
like just all the story
well,
beats
because
in
I'm
the
in
original was
I'm in
so
the
bad.
desert
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So I think Act 2.
Yeah, it's Act 2.
Yeah, and I didn't know why I was in the desert, so I just had to catch up.
Yeah.
You had
But
to
yeah.
find Tal Rushes too.
So Torchlight's gone. Got rid of that. Grim Dawn is cool. It's got some Diablo 2 vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's made by a bunch of guys that did work on
was-
Diablo
it was
2,
the
I think,
Titan
wasn't it?
Quest
Like, it
guys.
was the Titan Quest
Yeah,
guys.
so I'm
but I
probably
think a
going to
couple
stick
of
it
them
out with
were-
Grim Dawn
Yeah.
because I quite like that.
Torchlight 2 was a lot of original Blizzard North guys.
That's the
work on
guys
that.
I'm thinking of. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I've just been checking those out.
Nice.
And then I played the new Magic the Gathering. I can't remember what it's called,
ARPG.
Oh, like the core, like.
but it's the
game.
ARPG that's coming out. It just went into
Oh.
beta over the weekend
Okay.
on the Epic Store.
Jeez. Okay.
And it's shit.
How do
Nice.
how do you tap Earth cards.
Yeah, that's
in
weird.
an
Like,
ARPG.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
like,
okay,
nah,
so
that's-
the deck system has potential. I'll give it that. The deck system, because it...
can you like, play it against NPCs while you're running
No,
around?
so
Like-
the characters are tied to a deck color,
right.
like the real game. You
Right.
usually have a deck built around a certain color.
yeah, yeah.
And the mana cards permanently increase your stats and stuff like that.
Right.
They're not, so it correlates well. Like they've done a good job. The decks aren't completely irrelevant or annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does drop you out of the gameplay to
Perfect.
choose a
Stick around
card
with it, yeah.
and stuff like that. The shit part of the game is the game.
Seems unfortunate.
The way that it plays, the way that it feels.
Well, you've sold me, Josh.
Yeah, it feels clunky. I know it's beta, but let's face it, beta nowadays is just a demo.
Yeah, you kind of, yeah.
You know,
If anything comes out claiming to be a beta, like, it is not.
yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
just not.
So yeah, I'm not going to play it unless I read that there's been drastic changes to the way that it plays and it feels. I feel like there's no excuse for a bad looking ARPG either.
Not an RPG, no.
It's a really simple thing to run across pretty much any hardware that's out there.
As long-
And yet they made it look like Grim Dawn, for instance, looks
Right.
dated because they were going for that Dota look. and it's 5 years old.
Yeah, I was going to say the age
But even
of
at the time,
game
it could have
itself
looked
and-
fancier. But
Yeah.
they nailed the look. MTG is just... It just looks bad.
I kind of.
It looks like they've tried to make it look good, but it looks bad.
I feel that you really have to go for a kind of stylized look if you want an ARPG to be kind of iconic, because like it's so easy to just kind of go, it's an isometric camera, there are these like realistic characters, but things blend into each other a lot because there's a lot going on the screen.
Yeah.
And I think that Path of Exile really had this problem where the characters were very hard to differentiate from the enemies.
Yeah.
So everything would be going on screen. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at a sea of grey and shit.
Yeah.
This is a unique issue. The one issue I did have is because I play on a super ultra wide. I was excited because nothing was stretched. It seemed to really support it natively.
Right.
But the problem is you can see about like an inch or two in front of you because it's wide
Yeah.
horizontally. I had really good field of view around my character on the sides.
Yeah.
But it didn't scale at all. It's like you need another monitor on top to get the vertical.
Yeah, right.
So you couldn't see what you're running into. So like at the very start, there's like this poisonous plant or something, and the NPC you're following goes, "Let's avoid that." And I'm like, "Let's avoid what?"
So what you need is just
I can't see it. You can't change the angle down so it's further behind the character.
so what you need is a 4x3 display.
Yeah, like a normal person, 16 by 9 or something. But yeah, so like I had to turn all the time to look at my peripheral vision to see what he was talking about. So I'd be like,
Doesn't. Yeah. Okay.
so I had to down the resolution, but you know,
Did you just stick some black
this
bars
is
on
what
the
I
side,
this is
or
the price I pay for.
Yeah.
Did you just cut off the sides?
Yeah, it was just black bars.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel, Josh?
Really, really bad.
Really small.
The thing about that monitor though is you can run it in 2 monitor mode.
Yeah.
I've got to figure that out because then it's like 2
Yeah,
separate
you've got two
monitors,
separate
2560 by 1440. So then I can play the game on
All that
one
at
and
work and
Yeah.
you
Play
can
the game
shuffle
on one, play the game on another. at the
Yeah,
same time.
exactly,
Two
yeah.
games.
but yeah, other than that, I was just playing League of Legends.
Good times.
Had a mini meltdown.
Nice.
Another one.
Was that this
Oh, I
week?
think I talked about that last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that
I
one.
did talk about that last week.
That one was just so prevalent in his mind.
Yeah,
that
you-
just-
you're-
Yeah,
That's why I wasn't here.
It hasn't left you
Yeah.
yet.
it's the worst meltdown down a game has given me, or LOL's given me. Still ain't good.
Is there a game that's giving you a worse meltdown?
Oh, like plenty of games on the SNES.
I thought you could just say
like so as a child.
Yeah, as a child, like yeah.
Yeah, I just thought you
It's
could say-
funny because my mum is a completionist,
Oh,
Oh,
which
really?
just shit me to tears. Like back when we had a SNES,
yeah.
she would just have to find all the hidden things. Like I remember playing Donkey Kong.
I was about to say, God, I hope you didn't have Donkey Kong.
we had Donkey Kong, and she would call like the $5 a minute hotline that are on the back of the game card or the booklet or whatever.
Oh, Josh's mum, no.
Like, yeah, she would have her friend Lou round, like lifelong friends, and they would just kick me off and play Donkey Kong.
Just play Donkey Kong.
And then Mum would be in the background yelling at Lou, "Hey, you got to jump there!" And then it's just talking to this guy on the phone who's reading through a walkthrough or
Oh
something.
my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, so,
The internet put those in their place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Dad was not happy with the phone bill.
Especially for Donkey Kong.
I always wondered about those hotlines because as a kid I thought it was $5. I'm like, this game was like 4 of those $5
Yeah.
to hire it or whatever for X amount of
yeah,
weeks. I'm not paying that.
But
much
what a
money.
job. That would have been awesome.
Oh, yeah.
You get to sit there and just talk video games to people. Like, just tell them where to go.
Because
Walk
you
them.
just, like, you've got to assume that they just have like a library catalog in front of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they
yeah.
just pull up whatever the fucking official guide was.
I like to think it's like a Game of Thrones era library that they
Yeah.
work in. And they got this dusty old ladder and they go across and they go,
Sliding
Donkey
across.
Kong. And they pull the book
I
out.
love the idea of them laboriously climbing up a ladder and finding a book
Yeah.
and rifling through it while you're there at $5 a minute going like,
That's what I was thinking. That's how
wanna
they
rush.
get their cash.
They're not going to rush.
No.
The thing is, I tried to call it once without mum and dad's permission and I got in so much trouble. Because I was like 20 minutes in.
Learned from the last time. I learned it from watching you.
Because I was really young, and so I'm like, oh, mum and dad, like, oh, mum calls this number all the time. So I got stuck in, it was a side-scrolling Star Wars game. I remember there being a sand crawler.
Super
So-
Star Wars.
Super
Star Wars, yes.
Oh, that game hurts.
And
Like,
so, but like, I didn't have a concept of how much this was costing.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
Costing more than the
he'd go,
game.
oh, you got to
Just
check
money
here,
in
here, and here. So I would put the phone down,
Oh,
and I would take 5 minutes to try and follow his
the
instructions,
thing.
and pick the phone up and go, where? And put the phone down. So yeah, I got in trouble for that one.
Oh, wow.
nice.
Telephones got me in a lot of trouble when I was younger.
Who else did you call that had
Well,
a
I
high
had a
rate?
girlfriend from Mayfield, Elise. She lived in St Helens, and it was a long distance call.
Oh, back when the STD thing was.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
I thought they were called
Not that kind of
STDs.
STD.
Yeah.
And we were dating, and yeah, like she used to prank call the house a lot, and then I would call her back a lot, and yeah, you just
And you would rack up the
phone
bill.
bill.
A lot.
like my first mobile phone when there was no such thing as unlimited calls or text.
Yeah, we had a
my dad literally called up. He had to do this twice,
Yeah.
and this is a bit of a moral grey area, but he works in disability support and he stuff like that. So like anyway, he like when I was living in Devonport, he found a rental movie that I hadn't returned and it was due back like months ago.
Yeah.
So it was like $300 in overdue fees or something, and he told them that I had a mental disability,
Yeah, nice.
like an organisational disability
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that. So he got me out of that one.
nice. Nice.
Yeah, my son's brain damaged.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, like when it comes to like video rental fees and stuff, like even thinking back on that, even when they were dying, you'd go into somewhere like Video Ease and you'd look at the rates for them and you're like, you guys are dicks. Like just for sure.
I can see where you're dying out.
Yeah,
now.
like I know why
Yeah.
you're dying.
I only hired 1 or 2 games from like video stores.
Oh, okay.
That used to be a weekly thing for me.
Yeah.
I would hire
Yeah.
games like every weekend.
I mean, that wasn't big into console.
Yeah.
so-
I don't think I hired a game since maybe the PS1 era.
Dude, the
Well,
early,
technically now you just hire anything you play on a subscription service.
Oh, yeah, so you play it on a subscription
the
service.
90s were great though because I would go to the local video store and they would have like
Harry's.
Harry's had
Harry's.
PC games to rent.
Yeah, right.
So I would grab like Dungeon Keeper, waddle on home with it,
Copy it.
copy the shit out of it, and take it back. Like, yeah.
I feel sorry for early DRM developers. Like there was no hope.
There's still no hope. You kidding me? Everything's
Yeah.
still crackable. Things that like I
Now
feel,
though, there's significant risk I feel for adults because you get like if you put a cracked game on your Steam account and
Oh,
that gets
yeah,
detected,
yeah.
Look,
you're just shit out of luck.
No, because I don't pirate games anymore. But when I was much younger and much poorer, I did, and that shit got cracked instantly, and it didn't
Yeah.
matter. Like,
Oh, yeah,
even
no, it
even
was cracked
today, like
before it was out
if
most
you've
of the
got
time.
like there are programs like there are cracks that will just basically like bypass the Steam
Yeah.
check, and you can just play.
I'm
the
too
game.
paranoid because if that gets
Oh, yeah,
detected
no,
by
I
Steam,
If
don't-
you're
Yeah,
looking at like a
risking it.
game that has like an online service, you
Yeah.
run a much more considerable risk.
Yeah.
But single player games, who gives a fuck?
It took me. I'll admit, it took. I was probably the last out of all of us to keep pirating. I was. I won't incriminate myself too much, but
I will admit, I stopped relatively early.
Well, as soon as I started getting a paycheck, I started buying the game.
Yeah, I think that might have been it. Like as soon as I actually had money, I didn't even consider it as an option. So
I've now got like
I got money and I'm like,
yeah, I was going to say I don't even like my Steam library isn't even that isn't even as extensive as yours. But I assume to the layman,
you're over 1,000 games now, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got the little achievement.
So even if we
geez.
just say that they're like $10 each,
yeah, no, it's not.
like that's an insane amount of money.
Yeah, but it's what I do. It's,
Yeah,
it's like
it's your thing.
it's my passion.
Oh, I'm not one to judge.
yeah.
Oof.
You're sitting next to Josh's Warhammer paints right now.
Yeah, I wonder like if I figured out how much my Steam account's worth, and then we figured out how much your
No, your
Warhammer is
Steam.
worth,
Nah,
I feel
your
like your
Steam would be
Steam-
and then we
way
divide
ahead.
it by
You're
like.
at 10 grand, assuming $10 a game.
But
so.
we divide it by like yearly input,
How
right?
long the Warhammer has taken?
I've been doing this for like 12 months.
I know.
Looks like it's a lifelong hobby at this point.
I was going to say, you say that, you look over and you think, or it better be.
Yeah, you might want to fall out of favour with it and go, nah.
Nah. What's Dave been playing this week?
A little bit of League of Legends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some Red Dead Online.
Ah, nice.
Because I played with Jamie last week.
Oh,
And
yep.
I've just been hitting it up myself. Sort of
Nice. How are you going with it?
cool. Yeah, just bounty hunting. Occasional glitch where like I get the person, then they go, no, you can't pick him up. Put him on your horse.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
no good.
So I'm just like, bam. No, that didn't do anything either. They're dead now, but you know,
He's dead, but we got him.
I
Yeah.
still can't pick him up.
You can always try untying him. Then
Oh, I've let him go, and that's just no.
then you shoot him.
Yeah.
As he's running away, the honourable way.
Spam.
Yeah, true.
Shoot him.
But yeah, we started playing that, and they actually were letting you create persistent posses for free. So
Oh, nice. Yeah, cool.
3 big fish are back, baby.
Nice.
I've had a couple of hackers doing
Oh,
stupid
yeah.
things where I'm
Oh,
just
yeah,
I
yeah.
doing
actually
my mission and blowing up randomly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't
right.
run into hackers in a while. Actually, I've been hitting it like very regularly for the last couple of weeks.
Again, a very rock star thing.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I hear that they actually took action against a very prominent software tool that would like let you hack, like made them wildfire, and so they've kind of got like the source code from them, so they've been able to protect the online space a bit more.
Yep.
So hopefully, so far so good, but.
Did you hear what Outriders is doing to cheaters?
Branding them.
Yeah, they're like branding them with permanent, like visible online markers.
Oh, that's
so you
cool.
can see if they've detected that
Like
you're
just
playing with a
scummy
cheater.
titles over their head and stuff like that.
That's
Like
awesome.
you can actively see, and they can never get rid of it.
Yeah.
Outriders is a good game.
Yes, it is.
I started talking about that last week, saying so far it seems okay. The story is kind of rubbish.
Yeah.
I still kind of stand by the story, but the game is great fun.
I have it now.
Really
I
like
think I
it.
have the demo downloaded.
I need
Yeah,
to
nice.
finish downloading it. I started
Yeah,
and then
Good,
stopped.
good thing is if you've got Game Pass, it's just going to be on there.
Yeah.
So you can just.
However,
play it.
my
But your
Microsoft Store doesn't
Microsoft
download games
Store
anymore for
doesn't
some
want to
reason.
download
So
games. So
Yeah, I got it through Steam.
Steam for me.
If
But,
there's ever an option now, I've
yeah.
learnt my lesson.
Yeah.
The good thing is though that no matter what you grab the demo on, if you then play the actual game on that platform, you keep your demo progress.
Nice.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
I
No,
like that.
grab it, give it a crack, see how you like
I
it.
just want to tell you about my hacker in Red Dead. One of them. There's,
yeah,
there's,
yeah.
there's a naked man who'd made himself long breasts.
Nice.
Really disturbing.
Tell me
Nice.
you took a screenshot.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I should have.
Damn it.
I was like, what the heck? There's this naked man with.
It was Nick, wasn't it?
It could have been. You know.
Drunk in the long grass.
I was just dying randomly to this guy shooting me through like buildings.
Oh my
What?
god!
Yeah.
If I ever run into like a hacker, I just like exit the game and then just go back into it, so it puts me into a different lobby. I find it's the quickest way to deal with it. But like, yeah, I've had like some interesting Red Dead hacker encounters. Like there was one time where there is there's a model somewhere in the game of a skeleton with 2 heads. And someone just took that and was like, it's alive now and it
Yeah.
will fight you. I also had one time where I was just kind of looking at a map and I heard like some gunfire and like, what the hell? And I put my map away just in time to see a clone of myself with a shotgun train my head, blow me away. There's also like the classic where like you just explode randomly.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
get
I'll
the
say where
properties
you
of
just suddenly
dynamite.
exploded. Yeah.
But yeah, there's quite a lot of like interesting ways that hackers can come and just really ruin your day. But it seems to be not as bad at the moment.
Well,
So
I think I don't know. I mean, if they're actually addressing it and they're doing
finally,
something
yeah.
about it, finally, like that's better than what they did with GTA 5s online. Do you remember
Well,
what they did with those ones?
What did they? They put them on like
dumb.
a cheater
Well,
room with each other.
Well, that's the thing. Like the cheats themselves were basically like in-game cheats, that you just put in. But then if you use them, you would be next kind of set of games when you'd be match made with other people that were cheating.
I think Cold Warzone did something similar, didn't they? They had
Yeah.
like a
So,
cheaters
yeah.
queue or something.
Yeah, it's
But
Yeah.
like that being said, like obviously with matchmaking, it's a bit of a randomized beast. Like so, you'd still end up just getting stuck with these people that are like, "No, I'm invincible."
Yeah.
So-
It's definitely like a on paper. It's like, oh, what's a clever way to fix
Yeah,
cheaters, but
yeah.
in practice, not as
handy.
good as you would hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like either I've just been very lucky or it's starting to get a bit better on there. Which I was kind of worried when Red Dead Online came to Steam and all that as like a single thing for $5 or whatever it was at the time. Because I'm going, this is just we're gonna have like a lot of people who go like very low bar to entry. I can just jump on with this account and just cheat to my heart's content. But
I have exciting news.
you're pregnant.
No,
Not yet.
Nick is. Nick's soon moving into his new house,
And he's pregnant.
which means
Yeah,
his computer is going to come out of
Yeah,
storage.
I am very excited for that.
I am very excited.
Yeah, no, I mean it's gonna be.
I don't want to
handy.
blame you for everything bad
You
that's
can
happened.
try, and I won't care.
Like you haven't had your PC. But I feel like we'll be able to stream a bit more regularly and things like that because,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's the fault of developers not putting crossplay in. Let's
pretty
face
much.
it.
Yeah.
This goes back to my like default war cry when anything comes up about any game in multiplayer is just let me play with my fucking friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what platform they're on.
Yeah, exactly.
Heavy agree.
Yeah.
But it's going to be nice that you'll have a platform where we can all just go, we're going to play Diablo, and we can all play Diablo.
We can all play Diablo. Yeah.
On the best platform.
See, that being said though, every time you guys talk about streaming, I'm just like, man, if they stream, I might just have to sit in the channel and abuse them.
But we don't want you
I
to
did
be the
that
guy
last
watching
time.
our stream.
I tried that last time that you guys played without
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Nick just abused you.
Yeah, I still can't escape
That was
it.
because it was going the other way. Yeah.
Some other exciting news. Jamie had a birthday.
I did.
Happy birthday, Jamie.
Thank you guys.
Nice.
Turned 36.
35.
35.
35.
So you're 36.
Yeah.
Going to turn 36.
I'm one.
35
I'm like I'm
currently.
one behind Nick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When's your birthday?
September.
Okay.
So it's a while.
36,
off.
man. Whew.
I know.
But for now,
Wrong side of 35, my friend.
Halfway to dead. Halfway to dead.
Excuse me while I hop into my coffin.
yeah, it's not a cool thing to say, Nick.
That's what I keep getting told. But statistically, I am halfway to dead. I've hit 35. I mean, technically, I think males aren't even generally supposed to make it to the
It was like
70.
68 or something
So-
was the average. male.
Yeah, so that's what I'm like. I'm halfway to dead.
Pretty sure we're
aim for-
70 something.
Yeah, you should aim for 92.
Yeah, but the way Nick drinks kind of brings it back down a
No,
few
he's
years.
got a big liver. He
Yeah,
can take it.
I got a big liver. It's okay.
He's the guy who's got to. Yeah.
I'm taking
He's got a
your
dedicated alcoholic liver.
share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just separates everything. One takes the bad.
But you'll die a Bitcoin's millionaire.
We can only hope.
What
We can
luck.
only
I'm dead
hope.
and I'm rich.
Yeah.
And who knows?
That's how every
That
artist
could-
feels.
That could just be one Bitcoin.
That could be.
By
I mean,
then.
realistically,
Inflation.
At that point, like we've got a lot of time.
Let's just buy some NFTs with it.
Yeah, if I'm genuinely halfway to
Appa-
dead.
like-
oh my god.
Like the amount of energy that it costs to create one NFT makes it like just fucking abhorrent to do that. Like it's such a moral thing.
Okay, so did you guys see? It was floating around a bit earlier on this week, and it blew my mind. It was from like how many years ago, and it was the like what the champions of I think the Dota 2 guys would make if they won, like came in first. Like
Right.
all
Oh,
the
yes, I
all the
saw
brackets.
this.
It was like first place was
fifth
like
and sixth place look pretty good, don't they?
yeah. It was like first place was
$500
like,
bucks.
yeah,
I think.
and then it like it just kind of incrementally went down to second and third, and then fourth and fifth was like 5 bitcoins,
25
25
bitcoins.
bitcoins. Yeah, and so it was, and you look at that now, and you're like $500 versus 25 bitcoins.
Hope they hold on to them. Holy shit. Could you imagine?
Can you imagine?
Wow.
Like if
Wow.
you knew actively going into that competition, going, gonna get fifth, motherfucker.
Gotta get fifth. Gotta get fifth. I gotta lose. I gotta throw it.
Yeah, gotta throw this one, but I gotta win that one.
This is what fucking time travelers would do. They would go back in time and they would come fifth at Dota.
yeah. It's just I'm pretty sure it was Dota 2 anyway, but yeah, it was from
Oh
like
my
yeah,
God. Well, it must
10
be
years
because
ago or
Dave,
something, and
Wow.
I really enjoyed seeing that, especially due to our like relatively recent conversations about
How the passage of time changes things. Hey?
Yeah, yeah. Well, like
Good
that's
Lord.
the thing. That's from back when Bitcoin was just like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a neighbor that, like, thankfully he had like I think 4 Bitcoin left when
Yeah.
it just really like
Shot up.
But when I say shot up, at the time
Like 20,000?
it was 25,000, I think, and then it started to go down. So he was like, "Oh, do I cash out now?"
Better sell.
But
They
yeah,
definitely won't go any higher.
He cashed out 1 and bought like a massive shed and everything. Like
Yeah,
really well money spent, as far as I'm concerned. But he used to spend like 8 Bitcoin a month on a TeamSpeak
Yeah,
server.
this story hurts
Like
me.
just hiring it and stuff like that. It's insane.
Could you imagine, like, you got in early on it, you got all the Bitcoins, you spent them on TeamSpeak.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, because no one back then accepted it. It was a very nerdy
no,
thing
it
to
wasn't.
accept. So like
Yeah.
TeamSpeak, like you can hire a certain capacity, and he and his friends got like one of the highest capacity TeamSpeak servers,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
6 or 7, 8 Bitcoin or something like that.
What a bargain at the
Yeah.
time.
yeah.
Bargain.
I mean,
now
because,
he-
like,
It's
really,
not like it's real money or
like,
anything.
Yeah, exactly.
realistically,
Like,
at
that's
that
the
point,
mentality it was.
all you could really buy were TeamSpeak servers and Hitmen. So, I mean,
Drugs,
yeah, same drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black market
Hitman to
loved it.
deliver drugs. Yeah.
Silk Road, still the main currency of the dark web.
Yeah.
I hear.
Oh. I wonder whatever happened to old Dread Pirate Roberts. I know he went to jail and got found like guilty of doing all the shit he did, but
Who?
Dread Pirate Roberts, he was the guy who ran Silk Road.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Silk Road's in like its 7th iteration now, I think.
It would
yeah.
be, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he got raided on, and the dumbest thing, he had all this encryption and shit on his laptop and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and the way that they kind of trapped him was like they had someone pose as a hitman because
Right.
he asked to get someone killed,
Right.
and he got raided by the FBI or Interpol or some shit like that, and they just waited for him to go to a library, open up his laptop. They just swooped in. All that encryption doesn't mean shit when you're already logged in.
Logged in. Yeah.
See, when I used to pirate things, and I was really paranoid about that, because towards the end of my pirating days, and this is nothing compared to running Silk Road.
Yeah.
But like,
I wasn't quite hiring
for
hitmen.
clarifying.
Yeah.
but like movie distributors would send out letters to people, because they could tie your physical address to your IP
that's right, yeah.
address,
Yeah.
and ISPs were cooperating with them to a certain extent. So you would get emails or letters in the mail with cease and desist kind of thing. And it would just scare the shit out of people. So I had
That was illegal, though, wasn't it?
I think it was found to be later.
ISPs stopped cooperating completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was more the thing.
Telstra were narcs, but Internode
They were
were
bros.
fucking bros.
Yeah.
They never
Yeah.
passed that shit on.
Yeah, IONET and Internode were good.
But I bought the
Like that.
big red button from what's that geek website that it's probably still around?
Think Geek?
ThinkGeek.
Yeah.
They had a big red programmable button that plugged in via USB.
Yeah.
And it had a little LED screen on. I think I got it in storage somewhere. And it just said feds. So in case I ever got someone rock up to the door, I could just go boom, and it would blow everything away on my computer hard drives.
And yet you didn't think that a big red button that said feds would be
Might
some
be
kind of
one of the
evidence.
But they can't.
give
And
away.
it's circumstantial at best.
Yeah.
Why don't you just put like
just a
really
toy.
strong magnets on your door frame so when you would take your computer out, it would just erase the hard drive?
Too risky. Can't trust it. You can still recover things.
Okay.
Yeah.
They need to be such good magnets, they'll stick it to the door.
You either
Yeah.
do like a DOD level pass on the hard drive several times, or run it like a drill through the platter of traditional hard drives.
I hope that's the one you went for, that you pushed that red button and a drill it descended from inside your case.
I think it came up.
I used to work with a guy that
do both sides.
used to work with a guy that would shoot them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Nice.
Yeah, just take him out to the range.
After Terry Pratchett died, it was put in his will that he would have his hard drive run over with a steamroller, so that
Wow.
so that no one could go and take his half finished works
And
and,
fuck
just
with it, yeah.
fuck with them.
Do you know Dave gets all my digital assets?
Like
I
your
have
all
to
your
So
distribute
beat.
Dave
them,
gets your
don't
Hey?
porn
I
and your
have to
beach
distribute
coins.
them, don't I?
Oh, you have to distribute them. Yeah.
So he gets your pawn, your Bitcoins, and like a picture that you commissioned from the On City
Yeah.
Daily.
Yes. We're very excited about that. I'll put the picture up on the site. It'll be up well and truly before this episode goes live.
It'll be up when this goes
I
live.
don't have to edit the picture.
I laughed so hard.
So we got
love
some
it.
art. Well, I got some art commissioned, and I surprised the boys with it. And We won't say too much about it, but it's a quality. Jamie spent the first probably 10, 15 minutes just glancing at it and then bursting
It's
into
the
laughter.
most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
So we'll release that. That's going to be.
It was great because it was like, it was one, like, just hilarious, and two, it was some art that I hadn't touched at all, so it was a nice surprise. I had no idea. It was fantastic.
Yeah. So thank you to whoever that was on Fiverr. That
You should at least know their name.
I should.
Yeah, get their name. Pull it up.
I'll pull it up because they need a shout
Let's
out.
give credit where it's due.
Yeah, we'll give some kind of credit where it's due for the
Choco 2 on
So if you're on Fiverr and you need some sick art,
anime style.
anime style art, go to Choco2 on.
Yeah. CHOCO 2ON.
Really good prices too.
Yes. Yeah. Average response time was really good.
Yeah.
They're in Indonesia, so time zone's not really a big issue.
Sounds like you're talking about hookers.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, well, they're pouring themselves out for art.
Do hookers have good response time? I don't.
They do.
They do if they're on the street.
So Choco is he works full-time as a webtoon artist at a Korean comic platform and studio in Indonesia.
Well, good on you,
And
Choco.
does some good artwork. Looked after us.
Thank you for the beautiful image. I unironically love the fuck out of it.
Yeah, you do love it, don't you?
It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
He's actually really.
So yeah.
I mean, I'm sad because I'm looking away from it as I speak. And it's
Yeah.
Get
Me
on
and
this side.
doing my
Jamie are-
neck in to try and see the beautiful.
And when
mean,
you see it,
yeah.
yes, my beard can be that thick in real life.
You cannot.
Said the liar. Said the liar.
No.
It was weird because I kind of like looking at the beard. I'm like, is that like another picture of me? What's going on?
It's old Jamie's.
Because you're like, okay, I'm sorry, but you didn't have the experience of going, where am I on that one?
Yeah, where am I?
Where am I?
Nick
Where
has
am I?
baby face
I
and a
didn't-
pedo moustache.
Yeah, like I wasn't even sure that I was in it.
You'll know Nick when he
for-
sees you
for
based
a
on that
bit.
description.
Yeah. So, you know, I found me eventually.
Yeah, I also looked at it and thought, who is that? Is that Josh? Like-
So everyone at home listening to this, get ready to see the sick Neon City Daily artwork.
yeah,
while you
the only
listen
thing
to
that
this.
really distinguishes
It'll be
is your
released.
glasses.
It'll be released to coincide with our boy band.
Yeah.
Our first single.
Yeah, Neon City Daily, our first city, Neon City Nightly.
Oh, that'd be the live acoustic album. I'm sorry.
No, it's going to be our first one. No, our first one can be called Untitled.
What about self-titled? Just Neon City Daily presents
Self-untitled.
Neon City Daily.
Just Neon City Daily presents.
No, that'd be confusing. People would just pause, waiting for you to finish the sentence.
As opposed to the rest of our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could just be a visual thing. Neon City Daily presents, and then that picture.
Well, none of us are musical, so I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, it's going to be
musical.
great.
How are you musical? What have you
I
done?
made music once.
Accusatory, how are you musical? You didn't even have a space to pause.
How long have I known you? I've never had any music from
I
you.
will. I
used to own
I
the
have
guitar.
made exactly. I used to own a very, very dusty guitar.
Nice. Nice. So
I
you sound
dabble
like-
in electronic music creation.
I see.
Yeah. The intro to our podcast is me.
So what can you play?
Nothing. Keyboard. Yeah. I don't know. I just.
By keyboard, he means a
He means-
QWERTY
he means
keyboard.
QWERTY,
Yeah, QWERTY keyboard, not keyboard. Yeah. No, I literally just mash it together in a digital audio workstation software, and
Okay,
that
so
sounds
you're,
all right.
you're on keyboard. You'll be on drums. Dave will be.
I play the bass, but then
Dave-
Jamie knows
Dave-
that.
Dave
and he
will-
looks
What, you
at
play
me.
bass?
Yeah, and he
How
looks
long have I
at me
known you and I don't know you play bass?
Dave gets
because
to
no
be
one
bass,
does.
Okay.
and we
played the
won't,
trombone
we won't have
before.
like a lead guitar.
Oh,
like-
Dave
You
can be
won't-
brass.
yes.
and I will sing.
We did rock out to Rock Band a few times.
Yeah, yeah. That's
forgot
that's
about
the
that.
measure of a true
Yeah,
artist.
that is exactly where that sits.
Well, that requires some skill.
It requires being able to sing on key,
Yeah.
but that's about it. And follow button prompts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The ultimate QuickTime event game.
The
or
ultimate
Rock
quick
Band.
time event.
Drumming was the hardest on that.
You were actually
Yeah,
drumming
'cause you
for
had
the
to
most
drum.
part. Yeah,
Yeah.
If you're,
Yeah.
or at least if you're on expert.
Yeah, if you're on anything above medium, I think it was.
I also
we're
feel like
getting close.
the drum pads didn't register very well.
They were great.
Yeah, I don't think they were fantastic.
Yeah.
Like for the most part.
That's probably. What is your favorite party game?
Oh.
Because I'd have to put like Rock Band up there?
I think Rock
It's
Band would
up
probably
there,
do it.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That Rock Band is definitely like
No.
the game that I actually played at parties.
I am still like, because me and like the missus used to have
Oh, SingStar?
parties where everyone would play like SingStar or
Right.
Lips, like the karaoke things.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun, but there kind of had to be drinks involved. If we don't want to think about there having to be drinks involved, my favorite party game is still You Don't Know Jack.
Oh, that is
is
good. Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Can't say I know what that is.
It's in the Jackbox party games. It's one of the it's
Oh,
like the quiz
okay.
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
right.
The Jackbox games are like really, really good party
Yeah,
games. Particularly
yeah.
like the ones where it just gets wacky, where like you kind of go, oh, design a shirt logo, and so someone writes down like a sentence, and someone else draws like a picture,
Yeah.
and then it goes like, okay, put these together, and which one makes like the best shirt, and then you can come up with these really hilarious results, and then you can actually go and have them printed out as actual shirts and sent to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does Rock Band still exist as a? Is it in development still?
I don't know. I don't think it's
That's got to be a
I think
moneymaker
some
for
of
them.
the old
though.
versions are still like supported and the things are still online for them. But I think like
Because I know there's a third party thing I tried
When
for
the-
Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
when they made Rocksmith,
Yeah.
yeah.
that was like, oh, you can like learn to play guitar.
Yeah,
with
that was
this.
like a
and I
more
can't
realistic looking thing.
You know what I'm not doing? I'm not doing that. I don't want to like go, this will be fun, and then have to think. So I didn't touch that. But then another version of Guitar Hero came out, but it was on that same vein.
Yeah.
Like, so instead of the 4 buttons, there was like a button for each string, and there was like, it's like, no, I want to chill.
If you want to play guitar, get a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to actually play a guitar, do the thing.
But Rock Band just mixes the essentials of a party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the thing
yeah.
is, at the moment, I think that there was a huge peripheral game craze.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that
yeah.
has well and
It's-
truly died down. Like, how many times can I buy a fucking drum kit
Yeah,
for
yeah.
video games over and over again? I think the last Rock Band was Rock Band 3.
Yeah.
They might have another one
Okay.
kind of like in development, but it's
pretty-
one of those
yeah.
types of games where you really need to go either you've got the peripherals that you sell off to the side and new games kind of continuously come out, or, which it seems to be what they're doing, they milked it for all it was worth, they're leaving it, and maybe in 5 years or something they'll release a new version of it
Yeah.
when
Yeah, I
people
mean-
are ready once again to sink
Yeah.
time into the peripheral craze.
Like I said, for me, as soon as they, like, if they decided right now they're going to get over the realism thing with it, and they went back to just making it fun instead of making it about actually trying to be as,
I'm almost sure that
close as
Rocksmith
possible.
was Ubisoft.
I think so.
And
Yeah.
Rock Band was
Activision.
Yeah.
No, wait.
One
Guitar
of them
Hero
was
was Activision, and Rock Band was Harmonix.
Yeah,
and I
because
don't remember.
Harmonix made the first Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
and
but
they had
Harmonix
some-
left.
Then they left, and then they had that. Yeah.
they went and made Rock Band, and I don't know who published that, but it wasn't Ubisoft.
But
It
that
wasn't
was
Activision.
like my thing when I looked at it, and I was like, okay, if everyone can get over the craze of trying to be as real as possible and go back to just making it a fun, wacky button, yell at the TV thing,
Yeah.
I'll probably jump back on board because it'd be fun again instead of me having to go, I can't quite get the G chord.
It's not
Like-
band sim.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, it's crazy how good a singer I am with a few drinks in me.
Oh, that's what we all
think you're a
think.
real-
That's what we all think, buddy.
How good a singer you think you are.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, the sober people don't agree.
No, that's their problem. realistically.
MTV Games published the Rock Band.
Wow.
Wow. They don't even have music on their fucking channel anymore.
That's crazy.
So they're just like, considering their like entire channel's all about being 16 and pregnant
Yeah.
or a Kardashian.
Yeah,
Like,
because once
What a
Rock
sad statement.
once Rock Band came out, Activision then moved Guitar Hero to a Rock Band-esque kind of game.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, everyone kind of went like, how can we improve on the formula without
Yeah.
being like a complete rip-off? And that's where like
Yeah.
Rocksmith and
Smith
things like that
came
came
in,
into it. So yeah, I think that they've done the right thing by going, people don't want to buy plastic guitars.
Yeah, I get giving it some
Anymore.
time fully. That makes sense.
I mean, we didn't really have much in the way of that for the last console generation, really.
No, not really for the
So
whole last year.
there might be a resurgence slightly coming up, but
Yeah, I mean-
who knows?
Back to the dancing games and stuff.
Oh, they
Yeah,
happened,
dancing games were the
yeah.
same
Dance
way.
Revolution.
Yeah, like Dancing Stage, Dance Dance Revolution. I mean, they were all basically like offshoots of the same game by the same company. There are a couple of different ones here and there, but it really was. I think like DDR really kind of had the market cornered. You know?
Oh man, well, like there's still. I went to a kids' party
Yeah.
last night, at
We were
a quick
invited.
shout out because we're famous, Woody's Roller World. Yes, of course I was fucking invited, Josh. I'm allowed near children, unlike you.
Why'd you shout out Woodies?
I was telling everyone where it was.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah,
It's
it
like,
was.
what has Craig done? I don't understand. Does he listen to us?
But no, they still have a 2-player DDR machine,
Hey, okay.
which was kind of fun.
Do you reckon there's still one at Zone 3?
Not a clue.
Or wait, it's not Zone 3 anymore, is it?
Intensity. Yeah,
Do you reckon that place does still even function?
I was just thinking. I don't know if that place
the last
even
time I was
exists.
there was the last Star Wars movie.
Yeah, but this is pre-corona. Like I feel like they could have kept going.
Did they overcharge so much for that? They could probably keep running with no customers for another
Yeah.
6 years.
No, that
Well,
was yeah.
I mean, I guess we can go take a look and see.
If they close down, I think we need to open an arcade ourselves.
I was
Wow.
just thinking if they close down, we need to at least try and buy one of the machines. But
Yeah,
Oh,
if we
yeah,
open, if we
start
open
small, I guess.
If we
Yeah.
opened an arcade ourselves, then that's a great way to throw all your money away on no returns. Sadly, the arcade is dead.
actually,
as
I
shit.
feel like you say that.
Oh, the Melbourne one was pretty awesome a few
I
years
feel
ago.
like we need to go on a Neon City Daily trip to a bar in town. It's called Replay.
Yeah.
It's literally in the mall. You head up there. There's a bar, and then there is just some pinball machines on one side, and the other
Okay.
side is a bunch of arcade machines, a bunch of emulated consoles.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's all just you just go and play them.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm down with
relieved
that.
because the last time we went on a trip, we went to Launceston. Yeah. And I was going to say no straight away.
I like how the last time we went on a trip, we went to Launceston.
No,
I
we
can't do
decided-
that to
we
That
myself
was the
again.
last NCD
Yeah.
We decided to
journey.
like walk around to Harvey Norman. It was
Yeah, that's
It was
right. We
eerily
walked
similar to
around
the
Harvey
Hobart
Norman.
one, just in a shitty town.
there was an outside broadcast of the local radio
I
station which we
forgot.
laughed at because their table was.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
their table was great.
I could make a better table.
I forgot that we walked around Harvey Norman.
We had to kill time.
Yeah, I know.
I think you're going to say you had to kill somebody.
We went and saw
We thought about it, it was Launceston.
the STD ridden monkeys.
Yes.
Yeah, the syphilis monkeys.
Yeah, we did.
Or whatever.
Yeah,
Are those
whatever.
koalas?
We saw the
No, the
syphilis
monkeys.
Well, it may not be syphilis,
Oh,
but it's
monkeys have gonorrhea. Sorry, koalas have gonorrhea, I'm pretty sure.
the chlamydia.
Chlamydia.
Thank you, David. Keeper of the keeper of the STD knowledge.
Long distance phone calls, man.
He knows what's going on.
The monkeys were all right.
I mean, they chilled. They were there.
They were there.
They hung
But if
out.
ever there was a more suitable mascot for a city like Launceston, just STD riddled primates.
I like how you were talking to me the other day about how you were going like, man, we had a lot of people listen to our developer chat, and so now I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about what I say on the podcast. Not when it comes to Lonnie.
I've had 1.5 drinks and Launceston's on the cutting board.
Launceston can actually drive down to your house, and you're like, fuck them.
I'm unapologetic when it comes to my hatred for
I know you're
anything north of
unapologetic.
Campbelltown. Even the northern half of Campbelltown is shit because it's 50-kilometre zone with no shops.
Dude, you're really... You have just described a lot of the world.
Many
and
things are north
south
of
of
Campbelltown.
Melbourne. In other news, did you see that there's a new Switch that got announced?
Yeah, is this the one that's meant to be 4K?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That'd be
haven't heard much
interesting.
about it, but
I'm only interested because I was a very, very late comer to this Switch and was really blown away with the feat, the technological feat.
Sure.
I think it's just such a great little thing.
Now, the real question I have, because I haven't looked into it, so these are actual legitimate questions, is this going to be like a Wii U situation where it's a more powerful Wii and it can play older Nintendo games? However, there are new games that are just for the Wii U.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me
So-
because if you've gone from whatever relatively low resolution of the current one to 4K,
I mean, upscaling is a thing. Like,
but at the very least they'll remaster some games. I think.
I wonder because and if they do that, I then also am concerned that they're diluting the pool because suddenly you have
instead
to
of making a lot of quality games for one system, they're going to make half the amount for two.
Yeah, and so you have to go suddenly like, now am I buying the Switch version or the Switch Plus version, or can I even play this on my original Switch? If they're going to bring out like a stronger console, you might as well just call it the Nintendo Swatch or something completely different.
especially
so you
because-
just don't know.
Especially because with this round, They brought out the Switch. They brought out the Switch Lite, and now they're going to do this. So it's like there's people who've already bought 2 iterations of this.
It's very.
I think it's going to be more a
very Nintendo
refresh.
handhelds.
Yeah.
The Switch Heavy.
I think it's going to be more a refresh of just the Switch,
So like, I don't know, because
so that it's more future proofed if they want to develop higher end games.
because like if we go back and we look once again at the Wii U, when that came out, people thought, oh, that's just a more powerful Nintendo Wii. I don't need it. When in fact, it was a completely different console that had backwards compatibility, but so no one bought it because they thought, I don't need this.
Yeah.
So is this going to be the same situation? What are you doing, Nintendo?
Let's finish up because I heard car doors.
Sure.
It's about to get crazy up in here.
You're going to hit that feds button any moment.
Yeah, the feds button's
Yeah,
going.
that's right.
All right, well,
If everyone starts hearing the drills
Now-
coming from the ceiling,
yeah.
like going,
Delete the browser history.
You don't use private mode?
No, why would I?
he's married. Come on, man. You don't need private mode when you're married. She's not interested anyway.
Well, I've been Jamie.
I've been Nick.
I'm Josh.
And I'm still Dave.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Good night.
Toodles.
We got it back to porn eventually.